James Gunn reveals massive details about the Superman sequel Man of Tomorrow, including Lex Luthor's transformation into an anti-hero. Nicholas Hoult teases an expanded role for his villainous character. And a car boot sale bargain turns into a collector's gold mine worth tens of thousands of pounds. Welcome to the Speeding Bulletin, your Superman highlights video, bringing you up to speed on everything that took place in the world of Superman from October 15th to October 22nd, 2025. Hi, I'm Steve Younis. Before we check out these news stories and more, if you want more Superman related information, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell so you receive a notification whenever we post new content. Let's dive straight into movie news, and we're starting with some huge revelations from James Gunn himself. The DC Studios head recently sat down for an extensive group discussion with new rock stars, unpacking the future of the DC universe. First up, Gunn confirmed that Man of Tomorrow's core theme driving the plot is what he calls the escalating war between the government and metahumans, an idea he's been developing for quite some time.
When I read Salvation Run, I really liked the idea of Salvation Run. I liked the idea of supervillains building a society in this other dimension. And I liked the way that it was a very practical way that Amanda Waller and Rick Flag Jr. in that instance were trying to deal with the problem of metahumans who continuously escape from prison.
Now, many fans speculated this might lead to Darkseid, but Gunn shut that down, confirming he's not currently planning to use Darkseid as the big bad. He cited both Zack Snyder's excellent handling of the character and the similarity to Marvel's Thanos as reasons. Speaking of villains, Gunn shed light on how they'll be handled in the DC universe. Lex Luthor perfectly embodies this strategy. He was a villain in Superman and will become an anti-hero in Man of Tomorrow. But don't expect him to suddenly become a good guy. Nicholas Hoult himself gave us more insight into this in a recent GQ interview. He revealed he's already had discussions with Gunn about the sequel and is incredibly excited to explore more of Lex Luthor's character. While he hasn't read the script yet, he confirmed Gunn's previous comments about Lex taking center stage, suggesting Man of Tomorrow will be as much a Lex Luthor film as it is a Superman movie. Moving to other DCU projects, Gunn also provided updates on Supergirl. He described it as a similar cosmic adventure to his Guardians of the Galaxy movies, with most of the story taking place off Earth. The story draws heavily from Tom King's Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic run, and Gunn mentioned that Lobo is expected to appear in the film. In streaming news, Superman flew to number 4 on Nielsen's streaming rankings for the week of September 15th to September 21st, with an impressive 513 million minutes of watch time on HBO Max. But what makes this even more remarkable is that the film was only released on Friday, September 19th, meaning it achieved these rankings in just 3 days. Remember, these figures only track TV viewing in the US, so the actual global viewership is likely much higher. And finally, fans spotted another Superman Easter egg in theaters. After the Christopher Reeve post noticed in One Battle After Another, eagle-eyed viewers have now spotted a Superman Year One poster by artist John Romita Jr. in the psychological thriller After the Hunt, starring Julia Roberts. The poster appears in the window of a comic book store during a scene where Roberts' character leaves a liquor store. There's no TV news this week, so let's turn to comic book news. This week sees release of Superman number 31, titled Man of Apocalypse Part 1, as a tie-in to the DC KO event. The story features Superman consulting with holographic versions of Jor-El and eventually Lara at the Fortress of Solitude, while Lois uses her journalistic instincts to uncover hidden truths. The issue sets up Superman's entry into the KO tournament and includes the return of Superboy Prime. Our reviewer Adam DeChannel gave the story a perfect 5 out of 5, praising how it reinforces why Clark and Lois work so well together. Also being released this week are Action Comics 252 Facsimile Edition, which comes in 2 variant covers. Justice League Unlimited number 12 is also available in up to 4 different variant covers. New History of the DC Universe number 4 also comes in up to 6 different variant covers. And several trade paperbacks include DC Finest Events Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1 and DC Sonic the Hedgehog. You can read our reviews of these comic books and you can purchase these comic books all at our website. Look for the links in the show notes below this video. And speaking of DC Comics, Jim Lee addressed Superman entering public domain at New York Comic Con's Retailers Day. With Superman set to enter public domain in 2034, Lee argued that while anyone might be able to use the character, only DC truly understands him. He compared it to the Mickey Mouse situation and insisted the real value lies in DC's storytelling and world building. However, there's an important detail. Only the 1938 version enters public domain, meaning no iconic S-shield, no flying ability, and none of the modern supporting casts until their own copyright expires years later. These Superman earrings are perfect for Superman fans, movie collectors, and anyone who loves sleek, statement-making superhero accessories. Get the Superman logo shield huggy earrings for just $19.99. And how about these Superman iridescent transparent earrings, yours for just $11.04. These and other Superman earrings are available through the Superman homepage online shopping page at supermanhomepage.com/shop. Before we get into the rest of this week's news, if you're finding this video interesting or entertaining in any way, then please leave a thumbs up and a comment below, and don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. Also, if you'd like to support the Superman homepage, then you can become a patron. There are different levels of membership with different levels of perks. All you have to do is go to patreon.com/Superman homepage. So let's move on to merchandise and collectibles, and we've got some beautiful pieces to share. Sideshow Collectibles is now taking pre-orders for 2 stunning premium format figures. The Superman premium format figure stands 24 inches tall, showing Clark flying above the Fortress of Solitude in a classically heroic pose. The Krypto premium format figure measures 9 inches tall and features the Kryptonian canine with one paw raised. Both are expected to ship between June and September 2026. Look for the links in the show notes below this video. Sideshow is also offering the Justice League Trinity Superman fine art print by artist Prabhath Wijayantha. This powerful portrait shows Superman absorbing the yellow sun against white clouds, limited to 200 pieces on paper and 50 on aluminium. Again, look for the link in the show notes below. For high-end collectors, Supercraft has unveiled Superman Birth of Hope, an ultimate Superman statue featuring Superman rising from his Kryptonian escape pod, with his cape flowing into an S emblem. The base draws inspiration from the Fortress of Solitude and includes statues of Jor-El and Lara. Krypto is also included with his cape flowing together with Superman's to form a unified S symbol. This serious collector's piece is strictly limited to 200 units and is estimated to ship between October and December 2026. Spanish luxury brand Ladro has unveiled a stunning porcelain sculpture of Superman, limited to just 500 handcrafted pieces worldwide. This 18-inch collectible features exclusive shades of blue and metallic red, developed specifically for Superman's suit. Each piece weighs over 18 pounds and is created entirely by hand at Ladro's Valencia workshops. And here's an amazing collector's story. A man who bought a box of identical Superman comics for just £20 at a car boot sale about a decade ago has discovered he's sitting on a gold mine. The 48 copies turned out to be This Island Bradman, considered one of the rarest Superman comics ever created and the only known private commission in DC Comics' 89-year history. Originally created in 1988 for Daniel Bradman's bar mitzvah, approximately 200 copies were produced, with half distributed to party guests and the rest ordered to be thrown away. 47 of the 48 comics will be sold at Eubank's auction house on November 4th, with the finest examples expected to fetch up to £3,000 each. Now for convention news, and this weekend is absolutely packed with Superman celebrities appearing across the globe. Chill Out Expo in Whippany, New Jersey, or Panny, New Jersey. It runs from October 24th to October 25th. Tracy Scoggins will be there both days. Cincinnati Comic Expo in Ohio is the big one, running October 24th to 26th, with an incredible lineup. John Bogdanov, Alan Burnett, Howard Chaykin, Frank Cho, Gerard Christopher, Tim Daly, Sarah Douglas, Michaela Hoover, Rags Morales, George Newbern, Jack O'Halloran, Mark Pillow, and Tom Welling will be there all 3 days. Erica Durance, John Glover, Kristen Kruk, Michael Rosenbaum, Brandon Ralph, Helen Slater, and Laura Vanderbilt will be there Saturday and Sunday. And Tyler Hecklin and Elizabeth Tulloch will be there on Saturday only. SpaceCon San Antonio in Texas runs October 24th to 26th. Michael Ironside and Carl Lumley will be there through all 3 days. Adrian Palicki will be there Friday and Saturday, while Sam Witwer appears Saturday and Sunday. Chiller Theatre in Parsippany, New Jersey also runs October 24th to 26th. Michael Cutlitz and Phil Morris will be there all 3 days, and Mark McClure will be there Friday and Saturday. Auckland Armageddon Expo in New Zealand runs October 24th to 27th. Alex Garfin and Nolan North will be there Saturday, Sunday and Monday, while Alan Tudyk appears Sunday and Monday. Vampire Fan Weekend in Orlando, Florida runs October 25th to 26th. Paul Wesley will be there for both days, and Ian Somerhalder will be there Sunday only. And finally, Purgatory Halloween Edition 2 in Dusseldorf, Germany runs October 25th to 26th, with Jensen Ackles appearing both days. Looking ahead, Motor City Comic Con will take place November 14th to 16th in Novi, Michigan. Toyota is sponsoring the event and will have the Superman movie red carpet premiere vehicle, the Toyota BZ that Lois Lane drove in the film, on display at booth 131. And that's all the news there was for the week October 15th to October 22nd. I'm Steve Younis. See you next week.
Subscribe to our free Superman homepage newsletter and stay in the loop. Go to supermanhomepage.com/newsletter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell to ensure you don't miss out on any of our new videos.